And a gracious good morning to you, my dears, in YouTube land and readers of me blog. It had been with high hopes that I thought that the next film bit that I would do at the Marysville Police Department would have me chatting with a community affairs officer about Neighborhood Watch, National Night Out, and other things that the coppers do that place them in a positive light rather than just reporting about locking people up and collecting fees for running a red light camera. Unfortunately, I chatted with the community affairs officer. I think that's her title, but I could be wrong. But there is a lovely lady who works for the police department in Marysville whose job is to do things that have things to do with National Night Out and Neighborhood Watch. And having wanted to do a filmed bit with her, I knew that I had to run it past the chief of police in Marysville, and that would be Chief Wallace Fullerton. I was dismayed to be told yesterday that she was told by Chief Fullerton that since I was not a card-carrying member of the Fourth Estate, and he had no desire to feed my YouTube channel with film bits, that the answer was no, that a member of his department would not be made available and a film bit would not be recorded. More's the pity, I think, because in the past, when I approached Yuba County Sheriff's Department in wanting to chat and film a member of their department, they graciously allowed someone with animal control to come down and do a film bit. The film bit was not negative, it was not abrasive, it was not rude, and it was not done in order to poke fun at or ridicule a member of that department. And I would have thought that clever people would realize that that was not the intent of the film bit that I wanted to do with the community affairs officer. More's the pity, again, I say, because it is important for members of the public to believe that the police department of any municipality they reside in is open to reaching out and touching members of the community. Not just the members of the community that they feel comfy with, but those members of the community that might want to ask some pretty strong questions. Questions that one has a right to ask. Mind, in the past, one is told that if questions are asked and they're not liked, individuals in the department have every right to not answer questions. They be quite right. They do have that right. I'm not altogether certain that it was the right call for me to not be allowed to film a public employee. And I question whether or not using YouTube as a bad thing to be fed was the right call. So, thinking that there is always someone else to ask, I went to City Hall yesterday and chatted with the city clerk and asked her who might be responsible above the chief of police, who might be able to tell me why public employees are not made available for a filmed bit. That would be in the city of Marysville, Mr. Casey, who is the city manager. So I'm still waiting to get a reply back as to whether or not it is absolutely chiseled in stone that a member of the public who is concerned and proactive in wanting to do his bit to try and inform and educate the public at large just what it is that the police department does and what good things the police department is capable of doing, cannot film a public employee of that department. Missed opportunity is the very least I can say. Film bits in the past placed on YouTube have shown me that when open-minded individuals who are in positions of trust are willing to place themselves out there available to members of the public, that they are sometimes surprised at how well received those film bits can be. There is no purpose served in being negative 24/7. Truth be told, this old geezer truly believes that if negativity were the only thing that was being pushed on MeBlog or on YouTube, people are not daft. They quickly click off. Either they stop reading or they stop watching. To my great good fortune, that's not been the case, and I still get quite a few people who peek in to see what it is that I'm up to in my walk through life. So I'm a little disappointed today to be standing on the pavement in front of the police department in Marysville, to have to report to one and all that my desire to provide valuable information to people who might want to be very active in Neighborhood Watch or National Night Out are not going to have the pleasure of having someone who is extremely knowledgeable about both of those things chat with me and share their wealth of information with the public. There you have it, another film bit from the pavement outside of Marysville Police Department in downtown Marysville, California. You have a brilliant day. And remember, my dears, police departments, coppers, public employees, elected officials, all have a noble obligation to live up to the trust that's placed in them. And that trust, as I see it, is to be as open as they can be with we the people. What purpose is served by stonewalling? What purpose is served by only allowing what they perceived as established members of the press or recognized avenues of news reporting agencies to report their activities? Does not the public have the right to reach out and touch these very same individuals and ask questions, so long as they do not impede public safety or impugn anybody's integrity? That's just my take on it. So there you be, another film bit taken on the pavement outside of Marysville Police Department. You have a brilliant day. Cheers. How long was that one?